What's up, guys? It is Gray, aka the Hokage, and today we got another Bleach Rewatch episode. And this is kind of exactly what I was talking about when I was saying that, like, I remember Bleach getting slow at one point. This is the point that I was talking about. Sorry, the pins. Um, Real quick before we get started, some of these videos are getting some views, but no one's subscribing, so you guys should subscribe. And if you're feeling awfully generous, we have a sub goal on my other channel to reach 100 subscribers, and we are like super close to that. We're like 97. We need like 3 subscribers. So seriously, if you're like interested in mobile games at all, check out that other channel. Or you just like me as a person. Just saying. Anyway, these couple episodes were all like pretty fine. They were fine. They were, they weren't like as cool as some of the other episodes, but they were fine. The first episode 22, they just write like we stuffed off with Gin staring them down, and Gin's there, and he does like that really cool like whooshing where he like has a sword, and then he just stabs Ichigo. Well, he doesn't stab him. He like stabs at Ichigo, and he blocks it, and he runs into Jinambo, the giant, and they both fly back, and the gate closes. And that was like that. That was that. So they're in the Rukon district, blah, blah, blah. The people come out. They're like, oh, Janambo's a nice guy, even though he didn't seem... Whatever, it doesn't matter. I also did... Well, we'll get to that. This episode is basically a kind of a Chad episode a little bit, because he meets the parakeet boy. And he's like, oh, you found your mom yet? Sorry, my hair is doing that thing where I hate it so much. Oh, you found your mom yet? And he's like, no, we have no idea where my mom is. People just show up here, and who knows when they show up or why they show up. And I have a couple questions. I don't know if these get answered ever. So when you die in Soul Society, are you just like gone? Like forever? Because that's what it seems like. And like, I thought you lost your memories when you got to Soul Society. But now that I think about it, how can people... Because you don't age in Soul Society, so that... But you can make babies in Soul Society. We know that. Like, a lot of the Soul Reapers are natives, like they were born in Soul Society. So I don't really understand. Because those age. Like, the not spirits, they don't age. But the people that, like, live there, that, like, were born there, do age. So it's just really weird how it works. So do they, like, does it have to always expand? Because people are just getting made but not dying? I don't know. I'm not trying to think about it much anymore, because every time I do think about it, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. But, whatever. And then at the end of that chapter, they're like, we're going to go to Kohaku. And then they meet Ganju, who's fine. It was funny, I guess, to watch him and Ichigo fight. I guess. That's kind of the end of that episode. The next episode, Ichigo and him... Ganju leaves, and they're like, okay, we gotta go to Kohaku's house. We see a little bit of Rukia. She's getting moved to the Tower of Repentance, or whatever. It's basically like they just show up, and she just like gets taken there by Renji and a couple other guys, and Renji tells her, he's like, hey, the Ryoku, the people that show up in Soul Society that aren't supposed to be there. One of them has a big sword and orange hair, so... It's probably Ichigo, and then he leaves, and we get introduced to the best Bleach character. Renji runs into Captain Aizen, who, of course, as we all know, right? Like, this is not a spoiler. Aizen's a bad guy. I'm so excited to watch that twist happen. And the show really throws red herrings at you. It really makes you think that it's Gin. Because Aizen, like, talking to Renji, he's like, hey, do you think, like, she should die? Blah, blah, blah. And then you see Gin overhearing him, which is obviously all a part of the plan, right? But they don't know that. And then Renji's like, he's like, I think something else is going on. Which, of course, is him. He's going on. Whatever. We go back to the Ichi squad. They show up at Kohaku's place with the 2 arms that are holding up the banner. And they're, like, introduced. And he's like, oh, it's a girl, blah, 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 blah. Oh, they also say cripes a lot. Like, a lot. Like, an unhealthy, like, not like an unhealthy, but, like, enough to where every time they do it, I like takes me back. I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? Cripes. Like, no one is... Just a weird thing that I've noticed, that they say cripes a lot. And it's just strange. They talk to Kohaku, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to blast you into Soul Society from the roof. I need you guys to make a cannonball. Figure it out. you know, figure it out. That's it. So they have to use the spirit core, which is a little ball, and they have to make a bubble around him with spirit energy. Everyone else can do it, except for Ichigo, of course. And then apparently they hint at like Gonju's brother and Kohaku's brother's backstory. Oh, Gonju's there. He's Kohaku's brother. You know. No one talks about Yurichi yet, about being a girl, but whatever. Doesn't matter. We'll see that soon enough. I'm trying to think. It's really, honestly, a lot of it was just like, then I guess that's 23. 24, Ichigo's still practicing with it. Gonju, like, helps him out a lot. And, like, he does it, and then he explodes, blah, blah, blah. But, like, he could do it. They figured out how to get him to do it. On the other end, honestly, nothing much happened this episode, like, at all. This was mostly just, like, a slower, like, building up episode. And then we go back to Soul Society, and the captains are all confronting. And we get to introduce to some of the lieutenants. We get introduced to the one guy with sunglasses. Momo, who's fairly important. Rengiku. A lot of characters. I mean, we see all the captains except for Jushiro, who's sick. And they hint at that, because when Gin shows up, he's the last one. He's like, hey, is Captain of 13 not here? And he's like, no, he's sick. And he's like, oh, again. I mean, Jushiro's sick very often, which is weird that he's sick in Soul Society. Whatever, doesn't matter. We see them all, like Unohana, Hitsugaya, Shunsui, like, they're all there. And they're like, Gin, why'd you let him go? And he's like, I messed up, sorry. And then Kurisachi's like, you did it on purpose, you dork. And he's like, nuh-uh, can't prove it. Kapachi's, it's just a mess. Like, all the captains are just such immature characters. Strangely enough. And then Hitsugaya's like, adults don't know anything. I'm Hitsugaya. I have an ice sword. I just, yeah, that's... And then he's like, hey, well... And then right at the end of the episode, they're like, intruder alert. Which doesn't make any sense, because they're not there yet, unless it's not happening simultaneously. Which makes me think that it's, like, Aizen doing it, right? Triggering the intruder alert, because they're not there yet, but... Who knows? Maybe we'll see. And that's really it. Overall, these episodes were, you know, as I said in the beginning, they were a little bit slower, but they were fine. I like that we get to see Aizen for the first time. I'm excited to re-watch the twist. There's so many things I'm excited to see in this arc. Again, because I've only seen them like once. I'm excited. Ruki is sad and emo. It's just staring out a window all the time. But they're going. If I'm not mistaken, the first thing that happens next is Ichigo fights Ikkaku. Well, like, once they get to Soul Society, that's like the first people they run into is Yumichika and Ikkaku, which is great, because I love Yumichika. He's so cool. But otherwise, yeah, once we get to Soul Society, things are going to hopefully pick up really fast. They should, from what I remember. It should just be like fight, train, exposition, Bankai, fight. But that'll wrap up today's video. So leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know if you're watching along with me, because I certainly am enjoying my time so far. As I said, the next channel is going to be popping off. The Legends 2nd anniversary is happening in like a day. So like it's popping off. I'm going to be streaming the summons on that. You can bet your katukas. Katukas? Bet your booty about it. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it if you made it this far. And, yeah, stay safe out there. I'll see all of you next time. Peace.